You've told yourself never again more times than you can count, and every single time your brain ignored you. If you've ever stood in front of the fridge at midnight, reached for your phone when you swore you wouldn't, or wasted an hour on something that gives you nothing back, you're not broken, you're not weak, and it's not about willpower. There's a reason your bad habits feel impossible to kill, and once you understand what's actually happening inside your head, the entire game changes. Because your habit isn't the problem. The problem is what your brain thinks the habit is for. Here's what most people don't know. Your brain doesn't care if a habit is good or bad. It only cares about one thing: predictable relief. Every habit you have, even the ones you hate, exists because at some point it gave your brain a tiny reward, a moment of escape, a numb second, a hit of dopamine. Think of your brain like a dark room, and every time you perform a habit, you flick the light switch. The first few times, nothing happens, but after enough repetitions, your brain creates a pathway, a shortcut, and soon, the moment you feel stressed, bored, or sad, your brain doesn't think, it just flicks the switch. That's not weakness, that's neurochemistry. This is why you keep doing the same thing even when you promise yourself you won't. You wake up motivated, you swear today is different, but then evening comes, you're tired, you're triggered, and before you know it, you're back. And then comes the shame. What's wrong with me? Why can't I just stop? But here's the truth no one tells you. Shame doesn't break habits. Shame reinforces them. Because shame feels awful. And what does your brain want when it feels awful? Relief. And what gives it relief? The habit. You see the trap now. But here's the part most people misunderstand entirely. They think breaking a habit means removing something. They try to pull the habit out like a bad tooth, and when they can't, they feel like a failure. But your brain doesn't respond to removal, it responds to replacement. You cannot delete a neural pathway, you can only build a new one that's stronger. The goal isn't to stop, the goal is to redirect. Let me say something important. The fact that you've tried and failed doesn't mean you're undisciplined. It means you've been fighting the wrong war. You've been fighting your brain's wiring instead of understanding it. Every bad habit started as a solution, a bad solution, but a solution nonetheless. Maybe it helped you survive a hard time. Maybe it gave you control when everything felt chaotic. Maybe it was just the only relief available. You don't need to hate yourself for creating that habit. You need to thank it for trying to help, and then teach your brain a better way. Here's the mental switch. Stop asking, how do I stop this habit? Start asking, what does this habit give me, and what else could give me that? Let me give you an example. If you scroll on your phone for 2 hours every night, the habit isn't the scrolling. The habit is escape from overthinking. The scrolling is just the vehicle. So instead of fighting the scrolling, you ask, what else provides escape from overthinking? 5 minutes of a breathing pattern, a short walk, writing down 3 chaotic thoughts and throwing the paper away. You're not removing the reward, you're keeping the reward, you're just changing the vehicle. That's the one mental switch. Don't fight the need, fulfill the need differently. So here's what you take away today. You don't have a willpower problem, you have a pathway problem. And pathways can be rewritten. Start small. Pick one habit. Ask what it gives you. Find one tiny replacement that gives the same feeling. Do it once. Not forever, just once. Then again. That's it. You're not trying to be perfect. You're trying to build a new road while the old one still exists. Over time, the old road grows grass. The new road becomes automatic. That's how habits actually break, not with a fight, with a redirect. And this connects directly to something most people never realize: why your brain secretly protects your bad habits even when you want to change. That's what we'll talk about next time, the psychology of self-sabotage you didn't even know you had.